This edition of the men's hockey team only returned 6 players to its roster from last year. Today's guest is one of those 6. And while injuries may have defined his first 2 seasons with the club, he's now ready to provide his veteran leadership to this young squad as they prepare for this year's playoffs. Please welcome, from Fort Erie, Ontario, Daylon Groulx. Well, it only took 3 years, but we finally got Daylon Groulx here on the set.
Finally.
Good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks.
All right. So, Daylon, you know, your hockey journey led you to UPEI. A little bit of a pro stint in there, a little bit of pro overseas stint. But how was it that you ended up? What brought you here?
Yeah. So, obviously having some time off after that little bit in pro. Me and Curtis Henry, I'm sure everyone's obviously familiar with him.
Yeah.
We've been best friends growing up our whole lives.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Forby was kind of looking for a forward to bring in, kind of getting ready for the U Cup and everything the prior year. And Kurt gave me a call, and it was kind of a quick thing, short notice.
Kurt should be getting recruiting fees because he's brought a lot of guys here to UPEI.
Yeah, the whole Erie Otters team now. So, yeah, and he kind of just said, yeah, you know, we're looking for a forward. You want to come play? And I figured I'd love to come to school, and I'm glad I came here. It was a good decision. And
good.
Yeah.
So you had, you were talking about pro. You played in Austria for a little bit.
Yep.
Are you an Austrian citizen? Because your dad played there.
Yeah, so
I'll talk about him a little bit later. But
yeah, I was able to get my Austrian passport and citizenship this year.
Okay.
Back in the 80s, my dad, when he was playing in the Sioux, he had a few guys that on his team, and they said, you know, let's go to Austria and let's try to get our citizenship and play for the national team.
Right.
And back then it was kind of just easy, just bring them over.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it. So they got their passports. They went over there. They played on the Austrian national team, and then they ended up winning the B pool, and they moved on for their first time to the A pool after that.
Cool. So. I noticed, I was looking at the roster, and your dad played with a guy I played with in Laval, Mike Shea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Mike actually, his brother Joey, played here with the North River North Stars back in the late 70s, early 80s. Yeah, okay. Big horse racing family.
Yeah.
Joey, a lot of people around the island would know Joey. So
really,
so Mike went over, and Mike played like 20 years over there. He became, so he went over and he did the same sort of thing. Got his Austrian citizenship, played with the national team, played in the Olympics. I remember watching Mike playing in the Olympics as well too. So
wow.
Yeah, cool. Right. Well, speaking of your dad, he had quite a year. He had quite a career.
Yeah.
You know, 144 points one year with the Sioux, the year they went to the Memorial Cup.
Yeah.
He played 8 or 9 years overseas after that.
Yeah. Yeah, he
could play.
Oh, yeah. He left me some big shoes to fill, for sure. But, yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
No pressure.
No, yeah, he had a heck of a junior career. He got the chance. He played with guys like Bob Probert and Rick Tocchet. They were those 2 guys were his line mates throughout his junior career.
That's a bit of protection for you.
Oh yeah, he was kind of gave him the free range to dangle a little bit and kind of be the shooter. And yeah, those guys opened up space for him, and yeah, he got to be really good friends with.
And they had a good run. They went to Memorial Cup in 85, I think it was.
85, yeah, I was in Quebec. And it was big for my dad because he got drafted to Quebec the year before that.
Right. Yeah.
So he was kind of trying to have a good tournament.
I think it was in Shawinigan or Drummondville. I think it was.
Yeah. And then they ended up losing to Prince Albert. Prince Albert. But
so a couple of island guys, there were connections in that team.
Oh yeah.
He played against Ron Anier.
Really?
Ron was a defenseman for the Verdun Canadians at that time.
No way.
Yeah, Ron was a good defenseman.
Really?
Yeah, so Ron played in that Memorial Cup, and there was a guy by the name of Tyler Lerder.
Yeah.
So Tyler's from Charlottetown. I don't know if your dad...
oh yeah, they keep in touch with us.
Right, do you ever see Tyler here at the games?
I ran into him, a couple times.
Yeah, good. So Tyler was on that team. Tyler, of course, had a good pro career as well, too. So all kinds of connections going on.
Oh yeah,
right.
for sure.
So going back to you, you had when you came here, prior to coming here, you went on, you were part of a team back in COVID that was ready to go on a run for a Memorial Cup. You guys are loaded up. You guys are Marco Rossi, Jack Quinn, Kevin Ball. A few AUS guys too, like Austin Keating.
Even
Kret was on that team,
too,
right? Alec Belanger was on that team. Merrick Rippon, I think.
Too, wow.
And Hudson Wilson, I think, was on that team.
He got drafted just before he got traded just before I got
there. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So, you guys were on a run, but COVID, of course, interrupted that. You were kind of a COVID casualty, right? What was that like? I mean, you're here, you're geared up, you're ready to go, you got the pieces in place. Yeah. And then boom.
It was, for me, my experience was a bit different. The trade deadline was the day I got traded. So we were in Owen Sound getting ready to go on our Ottawa road trip. 10 minutes before we left, kind of got called into the room. Kind of knew it was coming by the way, look at my coach's face, but
the dreaded conversation.
But I got traded to Ottawa, and it was awesome. Like that organization was unbelievable. I learned so much from there in my short time there. But now like so many good players on that team. A lot of guys in the NHL, a lot of guys in this league now too. But things were going so well. We were just all on the same page. We were looking forward to it too. And the guys that were there the year before obviously had that tough loss against Guelph, and they were kind of supposed to have that big year when Suzuki and Dursey all got traded to Guelph. Right. And then, they were kind of.
Do you remember where you were when you got called? Like when you found out the season was over?
Everything was really normal. Like we were working out, kind of practicing still, getting ready for things, and we had 6 games left. We'd just broken the regular season record for most points. Right. And we were working out one day, left the gym, and we got a text from our coach in the group chat kind of just saying, hey boys, things with COVID are kind of getting bad. We're going to head home for 2 weeks, come back, just kind of forget about the 6 games that were left, come back, and then get ready for playoffs and gear up for what we were hoping was Memorial Cup. And 2 weeks went by and never went back.
Never went back.
No.
But you did get a chance to play at a national championship, which was last year.
Yeah.
Right? You were brought in kind of, under that hope. And, I haven't really had a chance to talk to players about that whole experience, right? Yeah. This year's kind of been focused on all the new guys and, introducing the new guys. But when you think back, I know what it was like for me sitting there broadcasting the games and calling the games, but what was it like being a player, kind of going back to get upset by UDM in the semifinals, taking the time off, coming in. What was that whole experience like for you as a player? Yeah,
it was awesome. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect with the U Cup, obviously being so new to it and everything, but it was great. Like just obviously this rink here, it's not the same atmosphere as the East Link when that place is full, but just looking up and having 5,000 fans, everyone wearing green, they're all cheering for you. Like it was crazy. Like even just to explain it, it's hard to kind of.
What was the energy level like? I guess prior, the anticipation, right? You're going against the #1 team in the country, hadn't lost in forever. Yeah. And here you are coming in, a bit of a David versus Goliath. What was it like coming out of that?
I mean, for us, I feel like we were in a good spot. Like nobody really expected too much of us, I think, and we were kind of.
You were healthy.
Yeah, I think that time off. Obviously, you'd love to play as much as you can, but since we were hosting, obviously we were in no matter what, and that time off, as much as it sucked, just practicing for a month straight. It really helped us. It let us get healthy and kind of we were all on the same page. Everyone was ready to go, and it was great atmosphere, like just unbelievable. And to knock off the first place team too, it was just even that much better. But that was an experience I'll never forget for sure.
Yeah, neither will I. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Injuries have been kind of defined you, Daylon, over the course of your time here. When you came, Forby inserted you late in the playoffs in your first year.
Yeah.
Your second year, you're kind of in and out. This year you come back, you kind of get healthy, started off good, you had a couple goals against Dow.
Yeah.
Then you're out for, 7 or 8 games.
Yeah.
Then you come back, you get 3 goals in 3 games. And then 2 goals against Moncton here in your last game. Then you're out before Christmas. And then, so what's it been like dealing with that? I mean, seems that you get going and then you stop, get going, stop.
Yeah, it's been tough for me. I mean, in junior, I didn't miss 1 game for an injury in
Really?
4.5 seasons. So,
Wow.
like I was playing all 68 games, and it's just obviously new to me, and dealing with it's obviously different. But my first year, so it would have been 2020 when kind of COVID was a thing still. I ended up I had COVID, and then I got my COVID shot, and I ended up getting myocarditis symptoms and inflamed heart from that, which was scary for sure.
Wow.
So I wanted to make sure all that was good, and then that's why in playoffs my first year I decided I was good to go, and for the elimination game I wanted to play. So yeah, and then last year obviously I underwent hernia surgery in June this summer on my birthday, actually.
Happy birthday.
But yeah, that's last year I was...
Part of your body hasn't been affected by this over the last little while.
Yeah.
You had a wrist injury, I think?
Yeah, my wrist, it's kind of still bothering me now. I sprained it a bit there. I sprained my a ligament in my elbow, my RCL. It's kind of just been battling the elements a little bit.
How are you now? Like 80%, 90%?
I would say I'm pretty close to 100, gearing up towards playoffs too. I'm going to make sure I'm doing the right things and getting the body ready. And
Harry taking good care of you?
Oh yeah, I owe him more than one, that's for sure.
Good stuff, Harry. Yeah. So if you think about it, Daylon, when I look at these teams, I see distinctly different teams between the teams you were playing with when you came here and the teams you're here now. I mean, obviously, the most obvious is the youth on this team, but if you look at the teams you've been a part of and the teams you're currently a part of, what do you see in terms of comparisons, similarities, differences?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the last year and the year before we had a really old team, really, and this year I think we were, like, as far as everyone goes, the bar was set kind of low, and Forby kind of touched on it the other day, but it's kind of a good spot to be, like, not many expectations.
Kind of like the U Cup.
Yeah, exactly, like playing Calgary, not the highest expectations from people on us, like we're not under too much pressure, and it kind of, I don't know, it makes us kind of play a bit looser and just more relaxed.
Does that change the dynamics in your dressing room? Like, does it lead to a more kind of a relaxed kind of atmosphere in the room? Last year you kind of maybe felt the pressure of, gee, we're hosting the U Cup.
Right.
You want to perform, you got that inherent pressure.
Yeah.
This time you're coming around and it's a little bit, you're kind of playing with bank money a little bit?
Yeah, I would say so, and it feels better too to be successful and have the year that we did, and kind of winning some games, and I think we know, like, we have a good team, we can compete for sure, and obviously it's for sure different with all the new guys, but it's been great, like, kind of teaching them and helping lead the way, and with all the new guys, they've been really good at learning and kind of taking it all in, listening to the older guys and Forby and stuff, and they're just wanting to learn, wanting to work hard, and we've been doing a good job of really being on the same page.
And you got another year left?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And Hank would have another year left?
Hank would have another year too, yeah.
Good. Cappy's done.
And Cappy's done,
Logan, they'd be back as well too.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So hockey's always known for nicknames, right? But everyone's kind of like, Piercy, Cappy.
Yeah.
All that. Everyone.
Ends with a Y. Just throw a Y.
Throw a Y. I throw in a Y or an SY. But they call you Biff.
Yeah.
What's the history. How did Biff come about? Who named you Biff, and what's the story behind Biff?
It's actually a weird story. Like I was never really called Biff too much until this past year and last year, but it was a thing back home with my dad and one of his good friends, Tony Pissarro.
Okay.
They always just would call me Biff. And then his family, it was kind of more of a family thing.
Okay.
And Kurt, when he was down in Fort Erie and he'd kind of be around those people, he'd hear them call me Biff. And he never heard that really until a couple of years ago. And last year, he just kind of called me Biff. And the guys were kind of turning their heads, wondering, who's that? What's that? And it stuck right away. And ever since now, it's...
Is that what you get? Is that what you get most of the time?
Yeah,
like if people say, we're going over. Going to
Biff's. Yeah.
Going to Biff's.
And it's been Groulx, Grueller, Day.
Yeah.
Now it's always Biff. And
which do you prefer? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I'm good with whatever. I'm pretty easy going.
You're pretty easy going.
Yeah.
Well, Biff, it was great having you on.
Thanks a lot.
It took a little while to get you on, but
we're here.
Hopefully your health continues. Hopefully the boys continue to be on a good run, and
sure.
We'll see how the playoffs go. Great win last night against Acadia, comeback win.
Yep.
A couple of big games this weekend against UDM and of course UMB to wrap it up.
For sure.
Maybe see if we can stop that streak and not let them get to 30.
Last game of the year.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, buddy.